Welcome! Today, we're diving into the incredible and, let's be honest, often overlooked history of the women who literally built one of Africa's most powerful kingdoms. We are talking about the true pillars of the Zulu nation. Okay, so let's try a little thought experiment. When you think of the Zulu kingdom, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's warrior kings, right? Names like Shaka Zulu. But what if I told you that's only half the picture? The real question, the one that changes everything, is who was behind the throne? Who was pulling the strings, making the big calls, and really holding the kingdom together? The answer, well, it's way more interesting than you think.
So, to really get this, we've got to go back to the beginning. We're talking about the foundational women, the matriarchs who were there right as the kingdom was taking shape. And let me tell you, they were so much more than just mothers or wives. These women were brilliant political strategists and, in some cases, the ones who decided who got to be king.
And before we go any further, you need to know this term, Indlovukazi. It translates to Queen Mother, but that doesn't even do it justice. This wasn't some ceremonial, wave from the balcony kind of role. No way. The Indlovukazi was a core political advisor. She had immense authority, and her voice was essential to how the monarchy actually worked.
And here's where it gets really fascinating. You basically had these two incredible models of female power. On one hand, you have Queen Nandi, the mother of the legendary King Shaka. As Indlovukazi, she was his trusted advisor while he was building this massive kingdom. Her influence was everywhere. But then you have Regent Queen Makabai, Shaka's aunt. She was something else entirely. She was the ultimate kingmaker, the power broker who ensured the dynasty's survival. She wasn't just advising kings, she was choosing them, and sometimes even helping to depose them if she thought it was for the good of the nation. Absolutely ruthless and brilliant.
I mean, just look at this. It really shows you how long Kabai's influence lasted. We're not talking about a brief moment in the sun. She was a key advisor to 3 kings in a row. Sinzangakona, then Shaka, and then Dingane. Think about that. The stability and political know-how that one woman provided over decades, it's just staggering. She was the constant, the steady hand through some of the most chaotic and important years of the kingdom.
Okay, but this incredible legacy of powerful women, it didn't just stop in the 19th century. Let's fast forward a bit and see how that power has evolved into the modern era. Because while the political landscape has changed, their influence, especially as guardians of culture, is as strong as ever.
And this is proof that the tradition is alive and well. The late, great Queen Mfambi served as regent of the entire Zulu nation. I mean, that's a direct echo of historical figures like Mkabai, holding the kingdom steady in a time of transition. And then you have figures like Queen Bule Kamate, who's been so important in reviving the reed dance, and Princess Ntandi Nkasi, Zulu, who carries this vital cultural title as head of the maidens. They're making sure these traditions don't just survive, they thrive.
But here's the thing, the story of Zulu women isn't just about queens and princesses. To really get it, we need to look at the life journey of all women, because it's woven so beautifully into the very fabric of society.
And one of the most visible ways you can see this is through their clothing. It's like a visual language. A young, unmarried girl wears a short skirt, the Isig Chebizana, simple. But once she becomes engaged, she starts to cover her body more. And then, after marriage, she wears the amazing, distinctive headdress called an iskolo. It's a sign of respect, a symbol of her new status. Her entire life story is right there for everyone to see.
Another huge part of this journey is the tradition of ilobolo. Now, it often gets translated as bride wealth or bride price, but that really misses the point. It's not a transaction like buying something, it's this deeply symbolic act of respect. It involves cattle, which are hugely important, and it's all about uniting two families and showing the incredible value and honor of the bride and her family.
Now let's talk about how this journey is celebrated, because it's not just a private thing. It's marked by these huge, vibrant ceremonies that are just absolutely central to Zulu culture.
Just take in this number for a second. Thousands. That is how many young women come together for the annual reed dance, or Umkosi Wamahanga. This isn't some small village festival. It is a massive, nationwide cultural event, and it is a huge deal.
So what's it all about? Well, it's so many things at once. It's a powerful celebration of pride, a way of honoring tradition in a really important rite of passage that marks a young woman's journey from girl to adult. And to top it all off, it's all performed for the monarch, which creates this incredible direct link between the people and the throne.
And the journey continues. Besides the reed dance, there's another really important ceremony called the umemulo. This usually happens when a woman is about 21.
It's basically a public announcement, a celebration, to say that she has come of age and is now ready for marriage. It's another beautiful chapter in her life story.
This brings us full circle, and this quote just nails it. For so long, the official histories have been all about the kings. But as scholars are now pointing out, Zulu history is filled with female dynasties, powerful regents, advisors, and leaders whose stories and whose real influence have just been under-recorded. They were always there, we just weren't always told to look.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. If the incredible stories of women like Nandi and Makabayi were pushed to the margins for so long, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other stories, what other female dynasties from cultures all around the world are just waiting for us to finally tell them?